Welcome. Let's show our feet some love. Here are 10 quick exercises that you can do to stretch and strengthen your feet. You want to grab some blocks if you have access to them, or books, a ball. I have a bouncy ball, or you can use a tennis ball, and a towel or old t-shirt that you don't mind stretching out. Okay, the first exercise that we're going to start with is the flex and point. So you can sit with your legs straight out in front of you, knees are slightly bent, or you can bring your block underneath of your calf muscle so that your ankle has space to move. Our flex is with our toes pointed, the bottoms of our feet are engaged. You're also engaging the calf muscles here and shin muscles. Then we'll move to our pointed position where you're moving the ankle away from you, engaging the muscles in the toes, pointing the toes out in front of you. We'll move through that motion fluidly for the next 30 seconds. You can keep with your natural breath. And breathing in, just to get started. Breathe out. And we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And point and flex. And point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, point halfway there. Five seconds. All right, let's switch legs. And we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. Flex and point. Keep going. Halfway there. Five seconds. And stop. Okay, for this next stretch, we're going to come to a stand. You're going to keep your block on the ground. We're going to place the top of our foot with the toes down onto the block. Try to center as much as possible. So adjust until you feel comfortable on the block. And then you're going to shift your weight forward just slightly until you feel the stretch, and we'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch feet. Position yourself again. Find that comfy spot. And again, you're going to shift your weight forward until you feel that stretch, and you should feel it coming up the front part of the foot. You may feel it in the bottom part of your foot as well. Shifting the weight forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch back. Find that comfy spot. Shift the weight forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching to the left foot, or switching to the opposite foot. Find that comfy spot. Shift the weight forward some. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time on each side. Get in position. Shifting forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Switching sides. Find that comfy spot. Shift the weight forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Wiggle them toes after you're done with that one. We'll move on to the next. All right, moving into the next stretch, we're going to come to a seat. You can sit on the ground or in a chair. We want to have one leg as our support and bring the other foot to the top of your right knee. just like we do in figure 4. We're going to hold on to our foot with our opposite hand, the toesies, and nice and gently we're going to pull the toes towards us. So pull the toes towards your body. Okay, we're going to hold that for 15 seconds, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull the toes towards you. Breathe nice and gently. We'll switch to the other side. In 2, 1, and let's switch. Bring the other ankle to the knee. Place your hands on your toes as we get set. And we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull the toes towards you. The other hand can be placed on your knee. And release. All right, let's move on to the next stretch. Okay, this next one's one of my favorites. Let's come back to that figure 4 position that we were just in. And you're going to take your fingers and place each finger in between each toe, and your thumb should be wrapping around across the top of your big toe knuckle. Okay, so you're nice and secure here. We're starting in a flexed position, and then we're going to pull our foot so that it comes into a pointed position, and then we're going to push it back into the flexed position. We'll do that for 15 seconds and then move on to the next foot. In 3, 2, 1, flex, and then pull to point, and flex, and point, and flex, and pull, and flex, and we'll switch feet. Get into your position. All right, nice and comfy. Place your fingers in between each toe, wrapping the thumb across the big toe joint. Start it in a flexed foot position, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1, flex and pull to point, flex and point, and flex and pull and flex, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, for this next stretch, we'll come to stand. Place the toes and ball of the foot at the edge of the block so that your heel is still on the ground. To engage this stretch, we're going to shift our weight forward, and you'll feel the stretch through the bottom of your foot up through your calf. Getting into position with your block or your book, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward, shift back, shift the weight forward, shift back, shift the weight forward, shift back, and we will switch. Again, place the balls of your foot and your toes onto the block, and the heel is still on the ground. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Shifting forward, come up, shift forward, come up. Yes, you are pressing your toes into the block. And shift forward one more time. And come up. Awesome. Let's move on to the next stretch. Okay, for this next stretch, you want to grab your towel or t-shirt, and we're going to have one foot grounded for our base, and the other leg is going to be straight out. Again, you can do this sitting in a chair also with one foot flat on the ground, and then the other leg will be straight out with you balancing on the heel of your foot there. Okay, so we're going to take your shirt or your towel, around the foot, around the bottom of the foot. And make sure it's not down low by your heel. We want to pull this towel or shirt up by the balls of your foot. Okay, keeping that leg straight, we're going to pull back with the towel or the t-shirt, and we'll hold that for 15 seconds and then switch to the next foot. Get in position and pull. Awesome. We'll switch here. Get set up. Again, make sure the towel or shirt is not around your heel, but the ball of your foot. And we'll start in 3, 2, and pull towards you. Keeping the leg straight. All right, release. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, for this next one, we're going to come onto our knees. So you want to be able to curl your toes under, because we're going to send our hips backwards. If this is okay for you, awesome. If you need some support underneath of your knees, before you come down onto your hands and knees, go ahead and place the yoga mat doubled or tripled underneath of your knees, or place your knees on top of your block before sending your hips back on top of your feet, like so. We're gonna hold this stretch for 30 seconds. If you need less intensity, you can shift your weight forward. If you want to feel a deeper stretch or have a more intense stretch, you're going to shift your weight back. So you're shifting your weight more over your feet for more intense stretch, or more towards your knees for a less intense stretch. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Nice and comfortably. Try to sit up nice and tall. If you want to add in some shoulder stretching while you're here, just to help the time go by, bring your concentration to something else for the moment, you can do so. S-ing your arms or interlocking your fingers behind you. Now, good to stop there. All right, these next two are going to be standing. This first one's called a toe flexion. So you're going to bring your foot to the top of the block and come up on the ball of your foot. To engage the stretch, we're going to shift the weight forward. And we'll hold that for 15 seconds and then move on to the next foot. Okay, getting in position and lean, shifting the weight forward. And relax. Let's switch to the next foot. Get into position. Lifting the heel, balancing, and shift the weight forward. So you should feel this in the back of in the bottom of your foot there. And your toes. All right. Moving on to the next stretch, we're going to continue to stand. Keep your block in its position for a toe and ankle extension. So now we're going to balance on those knuckles, those toe knuckles, okay? And same thing, you're going to shift the weight forward, stretching into the ankle and those toes. All right, put your foot into position and shift the weight forward. Let's switch. Getting into position and shift the weight forward so that you're kind of pressing the toes there. All right, let's move on to the next one. For this last one, we're going to do an Achilles rollout. So you'll have your block and your legs straight out. We're going to place your ball on top of your block. You can hold it in position, of course, and then bring your leg so that you're resting your Achilles on top of the ball. We're going to roll the ball by pulling the knee inward and then pushing the knee back out, making the leg straight again. If you're feeling like you need more pressure, you can actually push down on the ball in that spot where you feel the need for more pressure. Hold the ball in that position for 3 deep breaths and then roll it back out. Okay? And getting into your position. Breathing in, pull the knee in. Breathe out, push it away. Pull it in. Oops. And if the ball falls, just place it back up there. Awesome. Let's switch. Okay, get in a position. And we're going to breathe in, pull the knee, breathe out, send it away. So you might not even need a big bend. You might not even need a big bend at all. Just nice enough to get the ball moving where it needs to move. All right. Hope these stretches make your feet feel great. See you next time. Bye.